All right, it's Thomas Bond on Tempe Music Festival TV. I'm here with the Valley Zone. What Laura says, thinks, and feels. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Tempe Music Festival today. How's it been?
Kick-ass so far, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. You can't ask for more perfect weather, man.
Yeah.
This is why we live here, you know.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Great. How are you enjoying it?
So far, so good. We got the gorgeous weather. I'm glad to see the sun going down. It's cooling off a little bit.
It's freaking amazing, man. It's
Real
great.
nice day.
For Fergie
I know you
tonight.
guys have your self-titled record out. How long has that been out now?
It's been out since April of last year, so nearly a year, actually.
Almost a year old.
Yeah, we put it out ourselves, and it's about to be re-released pretty soon, coming up. So
A national release.
Very nice.
well, yeah.
So you got a re-release coming. What are you going to do to promote it?
Well, actually,
Really, what aren't we going to do? We're going to hit the whole markets, man. Internet, what have you.
this is our game plan right here. No, actually, we have some people we've hired out through our to-be record company that are going to be doing like promotions and all kinds of like R&D, etc. sort of things for us. I don't know where they're going to promote it. We're going to do tours, depending on regional and whatever.
That sounds good. If you would, look into the camera and introduce yourselves. Tell us what you do in the band.
I'll go first. Hi, I'm Mitch. I play bass, subsequently.
I'm Greg Muller, and I play the drums.
Hey, I'm Danny. I play guitar and keyboards for this band. Moving on.
I'm James. I also play guitar and keyboards and sing, etc.
My name is Jacob, and I play percussion and various other things.
Very
And
nice.
there's the laugh, my friends.
That's the lineup right
Tell
there.
us about how the band came together here in town.
Well, it started off as a two-piece. Back in the day, it was me and Dano here for a while. These guys were playing in another band together, so it's sort of like the meeting of two worlds colliding, if you will. We had this guy hanging around and sort of just melted into one eventually. Happened to, like, a mutual friend brought us all together, and we ended up just jamming out and started playing together and just started writing, and that was it, pretty much.
Very nice.
Rock and
I
roll.
understand you guys are working with a new management company. Is that who's releasing the record?
That's who's helping us get the record released
Nice.
through a company that they work with already. It's
Okay.
kind of a startup record label out of North Carolina.
Nice.
But yeah, the management company is definitely involved in like pulling it all together for
Terrific.
us.
How did you hook up with them?
Actually, it was through another band that they managed, and we happened to like hand off our record to them at a show that we played with them, and then they just kind of passed it on and heard back after a few months that they were all really excited about it and ended up wanting to work with us. So
Nice.
there we are right now.
Very nice.
Yep.
Now, for somebody that hasn't seen your band perform, how would you describe your music to somebody? Always a tough question, I know.
It's pretty much all over the place. I wouldn't call it schizophrenic, but close enough. It's just pretty much any style you can think of, just kind of, put it out there. We play rock and R&B and blues and everything all mixed together. Beach Boys meets Beatles and all kinds of other.
Yeah,
Lots of harmonies.
I've literally had people come up to me telling me we sound like Fleetwood Mac all the way up to, whatever.
Or the band covering the Beatles.
Harry
Somebody told me
Nilsson,
one
yeah.
time. It's just like, whatever. It's
Thanks.
all over the place.
Definitely
It's
hard
rock
to
and
describe music,
Yeah.
but it's like a necessary evil if somebody hasn't seen you before.
yeah,
you know?
it's called technically classic core.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go with that.
Very nice. Well, I know you've got a big local music fan with Chris Hansen Orff over at Get Out
Yeah,
Magazine.
man.
That's
Great
our man
guy.
right there.
Orff.
I saw him a second ago and met his
Has,
wife too and his kids.
Written some nice articles
wife?
with you guys.
Very nice.
I know he likes the band a lot. And tell me about working together. How are you able to combine all these different influences to create your own sound?
I really think that's something that comes naturally, and I mean, as you think about it, it just kind of shows up pretty much in our playing and listening off each other and in the styles that we bring to the table. We all really like a lot of the same things and a lot of different things too. So
Nice.
It's really ingrained in our bones,
yeah, we're
so
kind
to
of
speak.
just play what we know pretty much, and it kind of comes out and turns into something else, which is cool.
Well, with the self-titled record being almost a year old now, what kind of plans do you have for the follow-up? Are you working on some new recordings?
Yeah, we're going to try and hit up the East Coast here pretty soon and just take that first album out for a spin, see
Right.
how it does. Yeah, we totally got some new songs that, definitely we're cooking up. We're going to record. And, it should be great. It's going to be a good year.
We're looking forward to
Very nice.
recording again. Yeah.
Tell me about coming up in the local music scene here in the Valley. How have you seen the local scene grow over the years?
Mitch.
Tremendously.
Well, I've lived here in Tempe for 5 years.
Okay.
And I've worked in anything from like the jazz realm of the music scene to like the rock, little bluegrass, country, whatever.
Nice.
And the rock and everything like that. And just lots of different bands have obviously come up in the last 5 years. And
Right.
I've seen different incarnations of different bands and
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I have to
Yeah,
tell you another chew on it.
it's developed tremendously, man. Just in like a year and a half, it's
It's a really
it's
big
pretty
renaissance
impressive.
of the Valley scene. Now, I've been here long enough to remember there was a sort of a mini boom in the mid-'90s when the Gin Blossoms got signed, Dead Hot Workshop, The Refreshments, Pistoleros. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
for
bands
sure.
coming off of Mill Avenue that got signed.
Yeah.
Then it kind of faded away for a little bit. Jimmy Eat World got bigger, and then just with, like you said, within the last year and a half,
Sure.
2 years, a lot of bands getting signed, a lot of bands going on tour, getting some national press.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
is
There's a
booming
scene.
time.
Yeah, there's definitely a scene
Definitely a
developing,
scene
which
in the
is
Valley.
amazing to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
events like this can only help. You got to give it up to the Tempe Music Festival.
Oh, the
for having
Tempe
a lot of
Music
local bands
Festival,
out.
man.
Yeah,
This is where it's at, man. This is a
That
great,
stage that local stage is huge over there. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
great
Yeah.
thing to have. Definitely.
It's been a great opportunity for local bands. There's been some on the main stage as well, and it's just a great opportunity to grow the music scene here in our hometown.
Oh yeah, definite cultivation.
Here,
going on.
here, here, here.
Any other future plans for 2008 you can talk about?
And just touring pretty much and getting
Taking
that
over
record
the
out
world,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Taking over the
To
world.
the top. That's about all.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, look into the camera over here and say where Laura says, thinks, and feels, and you're watching Tempe Music Festival
Hey.
TV.
Hey,
We're
well,
watching
Laura
Tempe
says thinks and feels,
and
and
you're watching Tempe Music Festival TV.
TV, baby.
TV, Tempe Music Festival TV.